Joining me now, our friend, Democratic Congresswoman from California, Sydney Kamlager-Dove. She is a member of the House Judiciary and Foreign Affairs Committees. It's good to see you. The word sloppily, I think, let's build on that, because mass layoffs are expanding across government agencies after that federal judge ruled this week. It's not up to him to temporarily block the move. How are these layoffs and these broader government cuts, how are they impacting your constituents? And do you think Americans are getting what they voted for?
So always good to be with you, Alex. And I will have to say, all last term, Republicans were crying about executive overreach, and they were reminding the administration about their congressional authority. And now this term, they are silent. They are running into the shadows, and they are running away from the truth. But the truth is what the American people are demanding in my district and in districts across this country. They are Republicans, they are Democrats, they are independents. They are saying all of these sloppy, illegal, unconstitutional maneuvers are upending our economy. They are costing us more. They are not producing savings. And we do not have a king in office. We have a president.
There you go. There's the reaction. So what about the new polling from Washington Post Ipsos? And that finds 57% of Americans think Donald Trump has exceeded his authority since taking office. And you've suggested the U.S. is in a constitutional crisis. I've heard it from others, too, by the way. So with the flood of developments upending the government, where are you focusing your attention?
Well, we know that right now it's litigation instead of legislation, and we are working with the courts. There are over 75 lawsuits now in different courts demanding this administration put a pause on some of these constitutionally questionable actions. What we also know from that poll is that the American people want Donald Trump to focus on lowering the price of eggs and stopping these planes from falling out of the sky. And they also want him to follow the law. So if the courts rule that he is doing something illegal, they want him to stop. And they want him to remember that we have checks and balances in this country, which include the legislative and the executive branch. He and Elon Musk don't seem to want to abide by that.
Well, to that end, let's talk about Elon Musk, because in that Washington Post Ipsos poll, just 34% of those respondents approve the way Elon Musk is handling his job. 49% disapprove. What job, you might ask? Well, National Economic Council Director Kevin Hassett referred to Elon Musk as, quote, our IT consultant during a press briefing. I mean, why the downgrade of Musk's visibly powerful role in this administration? Is he maybe concerned that Americans are turning on Musk, or maybe this is an effort at some sort of a legal cover?
Well, I think it was curious when they had that, the reporters in the White House, and it was Elon Musk towering over Donald Trump, who didn't know what to say. And Elon's child was essentially telling the president to shut up. People do not want someone who has not been vetted, who has not been hired with proper security clearance, who they did not elect to be running the show. And now here this man is doing a slash and burn with government agencies and workers across the country. Republican and Democrat workers are getting fired. And he's taking our Social Security numbers, he's taking our financial data, and he's giving himself millions of dollars in contracts. I mean, none of that squares.
Well, let me talk about something hitting a little closer to home, potentially, because Musk's DOGE team is now inside FEMA, and that's preparing for deeper cuts after 200 probationary employees were fired a week ago. And Politico reports FEMA was directed to make a list of anyone who worked on climate or equity for potential firing. So let's consider LA's Palisades and Eaton fires, which erupted just last month. What kind of impact would cuts to FEMA, or complete elimination, as the president has suggested he wants, mean for people impacted by those fires?
So, Alex, first, let me tell you that I've been hearing from constituents who work for the federal government who are saying they're getting questionnaires asking them where they fall on the MAGA spectrum. And if they're not saying they're compliant and complicit with MAGA, then they're getting terminated without cause. That is a huge problem. I am outside an event right now in my district. There are over 2,000 families that are lining up to get resources and support. They are victims of both the Palisades and the Eaton fires. And they are saying, I need more government. I want FEMA here. Many of them have gotten their applications approved by FEMA, and they don't want those workers who are helping them to be fired and to go away.
Oh, can you imagine? Because just the red tape and trying to start over with somebody else. Okay, Congresswoman, then you've got places to go and people to see there in that area behind you. So thank you so much, my friend. It's good to see you. Appreciate you every time.